YouTube, it is your most hated trucking driver on the interwebs. Hey, look, I've been going in and beating the fuck out of a dead horse about how everything in between you and what you want in life is an excuse. There's a couple of other things I haven't talked about, a lot of other things that we'll work on getting to, and one of them is, first of all, making the actual decision, making an actual decision to get up and do something with your life. Mine was trucking. This is business numero uno that I'm starting, and I can't talk about how to make it past where I've gotten to so far until I get there, so I don't pretend to know a whole bunch of shit that I don't know. One thing I do know is, since I've made the decision to go get my CDL and not slow down for nothing on taking over this game the best I can, my whole life has changed a lot. And it's not quite to the point where I'm reaping the benefits of it all yet. It doesn't happen that fast. It doesn't happen in 6 months. It doesn't happen in a year. It doesn't happen overnight. I told y'all that before. Every overnight success story you've ever heard has a fucking 10, 15, 20, 30 year desperate struggle where every breath was a fight to get to where that person made it to make that overnight success story video that you watch. You understand? Nothing comes easy. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers sit here and wait on that perfect moment to come to you, and you wait on that person to come back that made it and pick you up and bring you with them and just feed you fucking from a silver platter. It's not gonna fucking happen. It's gotta start with the very first step in anyone becoming anything, and that's making a decision to be what they want to be and do what they want to do and not accepting anything less. That includes paying your dues. That includes going through that struggle where every breath seems like it's not going to come because everything is a fucking fight. And that's how you got to look at it, as a war between you and everything else in the universe trying to stop you from becoming what you want to be. So it's you versus everything. Not just you versus everybody. You versus everything. Your friends and family are going to be first. They're going to be the first ones to tell you that you're not the one cut out to do it until you're already doing it. Then they're going to be the ones coming to you asking, oh, well, you know, I got this problem going on. I thought maybe you could help me. Feel me? You got to make that decision. That's the very first thing that has to happen. Without the decision, nothing else falls into place. A lot of motherfuckers stand there, a lot of you motherfuckers stand there sitting around, working a job you hate, getting a paycheck you hate, driving a car you hate, back to a house you hate at the end of the day.
Speed warning.
And think, well, you know, this is just how it is. I wasn't one of the lucky ones. Well, luck ain't real, okay, first of all. Luck is not real.
Construction ahead.
Luck is created. If you wanna have luck in your life, create it. Because luck is what a whole lot of hard ass work looks like at the end when you're seeing the person reaping the benefits of all that work. Oh man, you did it, you got lucky though. No, that motherfucker worked his ass off and fought tooth and nail to fucking claw his way to any kind of life above the rat race. If you need luck in religion, you ain't ready anyways. That's what I say. I'm gonna make a shirt of that. If you still need luck in religion, you ain't ready. The next thing is motherfuckers sit around planning. They know it's gonna happen to them. They got that spark, but they don't quite know how to do anything with it. They don't know how to stoke it into a fire, a flame. So they sit there planning for the day that special moment comes, or that special person comes to pick them up and just drag them along the way to the top like it's their fucking responsibility to do that. That moment ain't coming. So how about you make a decision to create that moment for yourself? Because that's the only way you'll ever see that moment. No one ever just gets picked
in 1.5 miles, keep to the left on I-70 West, I-79 North.
Nobody gets fucking tapped on the shoulder for this shit. You gotta do what nobody else is willing to make it to places they're not gonna get to. And it all starts with that decision. Not sitting around planning on the moment that you'll finally get that call from that friend that got rich, or the fucking clearinghouse people are gonna show up to your door and tell you made $7,000 a week for the rest of your life. That shit ain't happening. When you make that decision, one of the pitfalls is all the bullshit out here on the internet telling you if you buy this program for $999, which you're thinking, oh man, that's a lot of money, so that must be better than these $50 programs or these $150 programs. First of all, it's like a young 20s person telling you, somebody in their early 20s, 19, 20, 21, telling you that they're about to change your life. That motherfucker doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground.
In a half mile, keep to the left on I-70 West, I-79 North.
You can buy every program in the book. There's $25,000 programs. You can buy them. And you ain't gonna get shit from it that you didn't already know by the time you got $25,000 for a program money. Don't buy no fucking program. You know what to do.
In 0.2 miles, keep to the left on I-70 West, I-79 North.
If you don't know what to do, I'll tell you. You get out, you figure out what you want to be, you figure out where you want to go with that, where you want to end up at, and then you start doing it. And you make mistakes, and you learn, and then eventually,
continue on this road for 30 miles.
Over time, at first you're going to make every bad decision in the book. But by making those bad decisions, that's the only way you're going to learn how to make better decisions. Nobody fucking makes perfect decisions all the time. After years and years of making bad decisions, you start making better decisions more of the time. And after making better decisions more of the time, you start making good decisions most of the time. And that's about all you can hope for. Because you're never going to make the right decision all the time. So go ahead and scrap that whole concept. You're never going to be the perfect fucking businessman. Ain't nobody doing it. Ain't nobody done it. People have done very well, but nobody's done it perfect. Even Steve Jobs got kicked out of Apple for a minute there. So, I mean, there you go. You gotta make that fucking decision to get off your ass and do something with your life. And then you gotta be ready for the battle that's ahead. It's not gonna be easy. You're not gonna be that person that it just magically happens for, even when you make the decision to start doing what you're doing. You might be the person that gets to an unheard of level, but you're going to have to go through some unheard of struggle to get there. You have to be willing to do what nobody else is willing to do to get where nobody else is going to go. There's no two ways around it. And conventional wisdom, I hate the shit. I hate it with a passion, because 9 times out of 10 it ain't true. But that's one that you're not going to cheat. You can become anything you want and make it to any level you want. That's true. You just have to be willing to do what it takes to get there, and a lot of people aren't. Once a lot of people see the reality of what they're about to get into, or they get just at the edge, just scraping the ice of what they're trying to do, they realize how big that fucking iceberg underneath the water is. They're just on top of it, you see. And they start scraping a little bit of that top layer off, and they're like, damn, I ain't making no progress. And then they get to the bottom and they see under the water how much more that fucking iceberg is left. they quit because they realize that they're not willing to do what it takes to get to where they want to go by doing that. Another thing out here is all these books. You should read as many books related to what you're doing, business or whatever. You should read as many as you can to learn as much as you can. But you can read every book out there, and if you ain't got it in you to get up and do something with the knowledge you're getting from these books, this shit ain't gonna help you either. There's no magic pill, there's no magic book, there's no like 2-page printout that you can read that's gonna tell you step by step how to handle every situation that's gonna come at you. Everybody's journey. 2 people can start out in the same business and make it to a decent level of success. But both of their stories are going to be different. Both of their tactics are going to be different. Both of the ways that they make decisions are going to be different. Both of the outcomes when they make the same decisions are going to be different. There's no magic pill. There's no magic playbook. There's you and everything standing in between you and what you're going for. And I'm trying to think about how to say this. The only thing that you can count on is you need to start as soon as you can. You need to make the decision today. You need to make the decision yesterday to start working on what you want to do. Because you're gonna run out of time no matter how you look at it. It's never too late to start, but the longer you fucking wait, listen, we ain't got but a certain amount of time to live. I mean, you might be thinking right now you'd rather trade hours for dollars because the work-life balance let you enjoy a little bit of whatever you call your life right now, but I mean, do you want that, or do you want to enjoy more time living the life that you're trying to get to? Because the sooner you start, the sooner you're going to get there, and the sooner you get there, the more time you're going to get to enjoy it. Then you'll really be enjoying yourself because you're doing what you always knew you were supposed to be doing anyways. But it ain't gonna fucking happen for you magically. Nobody's gonna hold your hand and take you there. You gotta make that fucking decision to get up and start working towards whatever it is you want to do. You gotta go ahead and own the knowledge, the fact that everything you said was the reason you haven't done it yet, up to this point has been an excuse. And you gotta throw those excuses in the trash can. Ball them up and put those bitches in the bin, because you're not getting more time. Even when you decide that you're gonna make the move, you don't have time to sit there and pussyfoot your way through it. You gotta fucking get on it, stay on it, and make it an obsession. Not necessarily the work itself, that's part of it, but you got to make the life that you want your obsession. You have to become obsessed with it beyond anything else ever. The people that really make it to these rock star levels of success, Damon Johns and Shark Tank guys, Mark Cuban, little rock stars like Chef Ramsay or whatever, the little cooking dude, these rock stars of success in their field, they wanted that thing more than anything else in life. That's what they wanted. And they'll be the first to they'll be the first to tell you that not a single thing they've done was easy. You got to be ready for that. The only way you're going to get ready for it is by going through it, which is why it's not going to magically happen to you. stab you in the back like that. They're not gonna make you rich, and you're not ready to handle being rich. You think you might be, you might think you are, but if you didn't earn it, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Also, if you didn't earn it, you don't fucking deserve it. You gotta make that thing the motherfucker. You gotta eat, sleep, breathe, shit, everything. That has to be the only thing that matters to you above anything else. Or you ain't gonna cut it. You might get successful, but you won't make it to where you know you deserve to be if you do everything it takes to get you there. Just saying, time is not your friend. You don't have 2-3 years to sit around making a decision. You got to make the decision. And think of it like, if you skip a week in the gym, it's going to take you like something like 6 months to make up what you've lost in that week. Think of it like this. Every day that you skip making this decision and taking action on it, it's going to take you a year to make up for that time you lost that day. Make it that extreme to yourself to get you going, to get you moving, and get you ready for the fight ahead. Because it's not going to be happy-go-lucky most of the time. It's not. It's going to be boring, shitty, long days, no time off. Right now you have it easy. If you just work a job for somebody else and you're on the schedule for whatever shifts, how many ever shifts or hours a week, that's the easy life. That's the fucking catch me out right there. You ain't got nothing to worry about. All you got to do is go to work, clock in, take your lunch break, finish up, clock out. That's it. You ain't got shit to worry about. You know how much money you're getting paid. It's probably pretty steady. You ain't got no major decisions to make because whatever decision you make is getting checked and double checked by whoever's over you anyways. You got it fucking easy if you're sitting at a job right now, working a shift or a schedule or whatever. That's the fucking cake right there. You step out here. So if you're sitting at a fucking job right now, and there was a little interruption because there was a phone call, so this probably ain't gonna be all that pretty. But I'm on too much of a roll to let it go at this point. If you're sitting at your job right now, you got it made. You think it's shitty because you got bosses and all that. Wait till you become your own. There's just things you need to think about to make sure the decision you're about to make and take action on is really what you want. Because when you make it, there's no easy, not one single step you take after that is going to be easy. But once you take those first couple hundred steps and you're pretty well into the game and you're starting to get comfortable and you're starting to get knowledgeable and you get to that point where you're making the decisions, you're making good decisions most of the time, you'll feel better because you got yourself there. If a magic pill did exist and you took it and you got there, you wouldn't appreciate where you're at and the way you're going to when you finally do claw your way there, scratch your way there, bite your way there. You'll feel so much better about where you're at every step of the way, every rung of the ladder, than you will if you just straight up took the magic pill, which doesn't exist in reality.
Right curve ahead.
If it did, even if you had all the success in the world, it wouldn't make you happy because you didn't do anything to get there but take a magic pill. You didn't do anything in there but buy that 19-year-old's fucking program that he's selling you about making money. I mean, think about that. there's 19, 20-year-olds out here selling programs on how to make money, and they haven't made any fucking money yet. The only money they've made is off selling the program about how to make money. Come on, man. Put some fucking common sense together. Just scrape up whatever little bit of it you got, and fucking think about it. You should want that thing more than anything else. And you should also want the fight to get there more than anything else. Because when you get there and you fought for it, then you fucking... nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can say you got lucky. Nobody can say you had privileges. Yeah, privileges, which nobody that's gotten anywhere in life had them. Nobody that made it from nothing to something had privilege. Their kids might be privileged financially when they make it somewhere, but the people that got those kids there, they weren't privileged. Their skin color didn't get them there. Trust me, there's all kinds of every color, every race, region. There's somebody from every continent, in every part of every continent, that's made it to major success. There's people that made it in every continent that's not from that continent, in every part of that continent, that's made it to major success. So your little bullshit about privilege, false. Completely in the world of business, false. Because somebody that looks like you, and somebody that looks like me, and somebody that looks completely different than both of us have made it there. So you need to go ahead and cut the bullshit out and admit to yourself, because you're not going to admit it to me, but you can admit it to your motherfucking self that that's also an excuse. Because if you look at the list of millionaires, billionaires, there's somebody that looks like you on that list. There's somebody that came from a harder place than you on that list. So go ahead and eat your own fucking shit with that one. That's bullshit. That's a cop-out. Stop bitching up. Do something about it. Prove me fucking wrong. Prove me motherfucking wrong. That's right. You can't prove me wrong on that, because it's a straight up fact. This is running pretty long right now, so just a quick little recap. You gotta make the decision. You gotta be ready for the battle. You gotta take action. There is no magic pill. The only way to get good at whatever business you want to go into, or whatever you want to do, the only way to be good at it is by doing it. The only way to get great at it is by doing it wrong enough times to learn how to do it right. Most of the time. Most of the time is the best you can hope for as far as getting shit right. That's the best you can hope for. Because nobody in the history of ever has gotten it right all the time. Not one single person has gotten it right all of the time. The most successful people get it right most of the time, and that's after years of getting it wrong damn near all the time, then going through to getting it right a little bit of the time, and then eventually getting it right most of the time. You gotta make that fucking decision.
State border
I'm
ahead.
starting to ramble, so I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.